Ava, is it true? You actually got your first boyfriend? Oh, tell me you're joking. Come on.
Whoa, what's with the sudden interrogation? Yes, I did. I have a boyfriend now.
No way!
Is it really that shocking?
Yes. We're talking about you. The quiet, gloomy, forever single older sister with zero dating history since birth suddenly has a boyfriend? And not just that, I heard he's younger than you.
He's only 2 years younger. That's not a big gap.
Wait. That would make him my age.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would.
OMG. You have to introduce me. When can I meet him?
No.
What? Oh, that was fast. You didn't even think about it.
Exactly, because I already know what you're planning.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't play innocent. I know your track record. How many of your friends' boyfriends have you accidentally started dating? How many cute guys have you snatched the moment someone else got close?
Ugh, I hate the way you said that.
Why? It's true.
It sounds like you're accusing me of plucking men off trees just to toss them aside like trash.
I mean, if the shoe fits.
You're being dramatic.
Am I? You literally flirt with people just to prove you can. You love the thrill of stealing someone's attention, and once they fall for you, bam, ghosted, gone. Next.
Okay, that's not entirely fair.
It's more than fair. And that is exactly why I'm not letting you anywhere near my boyfriend. Not until you outgrow whatever toxic needs you have to compete with other women by destroying their relationships.
Wow. Okay, so you really think I'm some boyfriend-hunting monster?
Yes, until proven otherwise.
You're just bitter because you finally got something I might want.
You don't even know him. You haven't seen his face, heard his voice, or had a single conversation with him. You just want to claim him because you're not used to me having something first. And I'm not playing that game.
Okay, fine. You won't let me meet him, but at least let me see what he looks like. Just a photo?
Nope.
Why not?
Because the moment I do, you'll start calculating the exact angle to slide into his DMs.
You are such a jerk. When did you get so possessive?
Maybe around the time I realized you don't understand what boundaries are.
Ugh, come on. I'm not that bad.
You are exactly that bad. Remember Rachel and her boyfriend Chris? Yeah, I do too. How about Lydia's summer fling or Megan's study partner from college?
Those were complicated situations.
You were the complication.
So you seriously think I'd go after your boyfriend?
Yes. Not even out of love, just for the thrill of it.
Okay, now you're just being mean.
I'm being realistic. Look, if you actually want to be part of my life, you're going to have to earn that trust back. I'm not going to just hand it over because we share DNA.
Wow, you really mean this, huh?
I do. This guy is different. He makes me happy, and I don't want to invite chaos into something that's finally going right.
You're really not even going to show me a picture?
Nope.
Ugh, you're such a stingy old hag sometimes.
And you're still acting like a spoiled child who thinks everything she sees is hers for the taking.
Whatever. I don't even care that much anyway.
Good. Then we're done here.
Fine. But when you get dumped, don't come crying to me.
Wouldn't dream of it.
See ya.
Bye.
Ava, guess what? My high school reunion is tonight.
Oh yeah? And?
There's this guy from my class I've been wanting to see again. I've been looking forward to it for weeks. He was so cute back in the day, and I just know tonight's my chance. I'm going to make it happen, no matter what.
Uh-huh. And what about the boyfriend you said you started dating last month?
Oh, him? Yeah, we broke up yesterday.
Wait, what? You were going on and on about how he might be the one, that he could be your future husband.
Did I say that? Wow, I must have been really into the drama at the time.
Seriously? You're not a teenager anymore. You're old enough to know better than to keep diving into random flings just because you feel like it.
Excuse me, but I'm still younger than you. You're 30 and still single. I'm practically a spring chicken compared to you.
For your information, I was just proposed to by my boyfriend.
What?
Yep, and I said yes.
No way! There's no way someone like you, all shy and antisocial, got engaged before me. This is outrageous, unbelievable, completely unacceptable.
Well, regardless of how you feel about me, don't forget most of your friends are settling down too. Getting married, having kids, building actual lives. Ugh, don't remind me. If you're really that frustrated, maybe it's time to stop tossing men aside the minute something feels off and start taking love seriously for once.
Ugh, I hate that part of you. Always so calm and rational, always lecturing me like you're some kind of wise old sage.
Is that so? Well, in any case, enjoy the reunion.
Whatever. You'll see. I'm totally going to find myself a rich, successful guy tonight and finally get my fairy tale ending. You just wait. I refuse to let you beat me at the marriage game. Ava!
Emma? Wait, hold on. Didn't you stay out all night?
Busted.
Yeah, Mom called me this morning. She was really worried about you. She said she hadn't heard from you at all. If you're going to spend the night out, you could at least let someone know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Are you actually sorry or just pretending?
Come on, don't be mad. Too much stress isn't good for your complexion, you know.
Ugh, you're impossible sometimes.
But never mind all that. Listen up, because I have huge news. Like, seriously epic.
Yeah, go on then.
I hooked up with my soulmate at the reunion last night. Brought him home and everything.
Your soulmate?
Yep, and guess what? You know him really well.
Wait, what? I don't know anyone from your high school. I wasn't even connected to that school.
Oh, you do know him. Very well, actually. It's Seth.
Seth?
Come on, don't pretend you don't know. You're not fooling anyone. Seth, your boyfriend, or maybe I should say ex-boyfriend?
Excuse me?
Yep, just to make it extra clear. Seth and I spent the night together, and it was unforgettable.
Right.
Oh, and another thing, I've decided I'm going to marry him, which means I'll be tying the knot before you do. Isn't that exciting?
Is that so?
Aren't you just dying inside? You have to be. I mean, you're already 30. Your options are thinning out fast. And now your man's been swept away by me. So, sorry, not sorry.
Sorry to kill your little moment here, but who's Seth again?
What? You're kidding, right? Your boyfriend, my classmate, Seth. I know for a fact he's been dating you. Why are you pretending otherwise?
No, seriously, I've never dated anyone named Seth. I don't even know a Seth.
Nice try, but denial doesn't make the truth disappear.
Emma, I'm not denying anything. I'm just genuinely confused.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm with him now. So do yourself a favor and just back off.
Wow. You really believe you're in some romantic drama, huh?
Tisk, tisk. There she goes. Ava in full berserker mode. Total denial, no reasoning, just vibes. I've seen this before.
You are unbelievable.
Whatever. Point is, Seth is mine now, so whatever you thought you had going on with him, let it go, because I am not stepping aside. Ava, hey, so I heard something interesting. You haven't broken up with Seth yet, have you?
Are we doing this again?
Mom called me this morning. She said you're still moving forward with wedding plans, even though there's no way that day's ever going to come. You seriously think you're going to walk down the aisle with him? Please.
And you're one to talk. Didn't I just see you strolling down the street the other day, clinging to some older guy like you were glued to him? What happened to your supposed fiancé, huh?
That guy was just a fling, a little fun. Seth is still my real fiancé.
So, you are cheating on him? Wow, you really don't even try to hide it anymore, do you?
Forget that. I've got news for you. News that matters.
What?
I'm pregnant with his baby. So if you've got even a shred of decency left, you'll back off and let me have him.
Wait, what? You're saying you're pregnant?
Yes, and you know what? This is karma.
You've been walking around like you're better than me just because you got engaged first. Oh, wow, Ava's got a younger guy now. Oh, look, Ava's getting married before me. I hated that. So I took what mattered most to you, your man, Emma. All those nights I stayed up obsessing after that reunion, all that effort I put in to make him fall for me, finally paid off. You were careless. You left the door open and I walked right in. Just so I'm clear, this Seth you're talking about, he's the guy you met at our high school reunion, right? Your classmate? Yeah. Seriously, why are you acting like you don't know him? You said his name before. See, that's the thing. I think you've got the wrong person. My fiancé, his name isn't Seth. In fact, he's not even close in age. He's 10 years older than me. Huh? Wait, didn't you say you started dating a younger guy? I did. That was months ago. It didn't work out. We lasted like 2 months. That relationship is long over. Right now, I'm with someone I met through work. He's mature, stable, grounded, and his name is Marcus, not Seth. Wait, what? No, that can't be right. Seth told me you two were dating. Okay, let me ask you something. Does Seth happen to have a cousin named Marcus? Actually, yeah. He mentioned a cousin by that name once, I think. Well, Marcus is my fiancé. No, no freaking way. I live with him. We're engaged. And just so you know, he's sitting right here next to me watching this entire conversation unfold on my phone. And funny enough, as soon as I showed him your messages, he said, "That's Seth, my cousin from A High." Oh my God. And just now, Marcus called him. They had a little chat. Want to know what we found out? I guess? Apparently, Seth has been jealous of Marcus for years. Always saw him as some kind of rival, even though Marcus never really cared enough to compete. And when Marcus got engaged, to me, Seth somehow got a hold of a photo of me on Marcus's phone. He saw it and thought, "That's Emma." Then as if by fate, the high school reunion invite hit his inbox. And that's when the plan clicked in his head. Use your obsession with beating me at everything, especially relationships, and lure you in by pretending he was my boyfriend. He figured you'd fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. You're kidding. You mean I was just a pawn? Pretty much. A convenient one at that. Look, Emma, we may be polar opposites in how we act and carry ourselves, but we're still sisters. We look alike. He saw my photo, knew you'd take the bait, and used every bit of your predictable behavior to pull it off. And you know what the kicker is? As soon as Marcus told him over the phone, the woman in that photo is my fiancée, Emma's older sister, Seth started screaming so loudly that Marcus had to pull the phone away from his ear. No way. No, this can't be happening. You want to know the real cherry on top? Please don't. Seth, he's married with 2 kids. What? Yeah. And guess what else? He doesn't have a job. 0 income. He lives entirely off his wife's earnings. No. He wore designer brands. He talked about business. I thought he had money. Those luxury clothes, all bought with his wife's credit card. I can't breathe. This isn't real. This has to be some kind of sick joke. You sure you want to keep the baby? No way I'm having some loser's kid. He tricked me. Well, that's up to you. But Marcus told Seth's wife about the affair, so if I were you, I'd brace myself. Things are about to get messy. You didn't. Oh, we did. And I wouldn't expect her to take it lightly. He humiliated her, and she's got 2 kids to think about. You might want to get a lawyer. How do I even begin to explain it? The whole situation was a surreal mess, a disaster born entirely from a tangled web of distorted emotions and wild misunderstandings. If I had to sum it up, I'd call it a chain reaction of delusion. A bizarre parade of assumptions fueled by selfish desires and warped intentions, spiraling into what some might even call a full-blown incident. At the center of it all were my sister and a man named Seth. They each misread the situation in their own uniquely absurd ways. It wasn't love, it wasn't fate, it wasn't anything poetic or meaningful. It was just 2 people convincing themselves that they had the right to steal someone else's partner, each believing they were the righteous one in some twisted romantic fantasy. And in the end, all their scheming, manipulating, and betrayal just canceled each other out. I suppose that's the only real irony in this. While my sister and Seth were busy trying to outmaneuver one another in their warped little game of who can steal whom, both I and my fiancé Marcus ended up completely unscathed. Not a scratch. No broken hearts, no major fallout. It was as if the chaos bounced right off of us and imploded inwardly on the two who created it. In a weird way, it was almost satisfying, if not for the overwhelming sense of exhaustion and disbelief that followed. All I could think of afterwards was, seriously? That's what all of this was for? That's what they sacrificed their relationships, reputations, and dignity over? Misunderstandings, ego? Some delusional power play? It was hard to feel anything but a deep, disillusioned sigh welling up from my chest. I didn't even have the energy to be angry, just baffled. However, there was one person who did feel a very valid sense of rage: Seth's wife. Unlike me, she didn't let it slide. She wasn't interested in irony or philosophical reflections. She saw the betrayal for exactly what it was, calculated theft, and decided to deal with it accordingly. And honestly, I respect her for that. While I chose distance, she chose justice. She hired an incredibly competent attorney, someone with a reputation for being sharp, relentless, and efficient. Under their guidance, she filed for divorce and went after both Seth and my sister with everything she had. Her case was airtight. The evidence of intent, the motives behind their actions, the emotional damage, all of it was meticulously documented. What followed was a brutal but fair legal proceeding where my sister and Seth were each held fully accountable for their roles. From what I heard, Seth lost quite a lot: money, assets, credibility, and most importantly, any respect he may have still had in their social circle. My sister didn't fare much better. In fact, she may have gotten the worse end of it. You see, one of the most dramatic moments came when she tried to garner sympathy by claiming she was pregnant. Yes, that card. But it was a lie. A desperate, poorly thought-out lie. Once it became clear there was no baby, no ultrasound, no proof, just her empty words, any shred of sympathy people may have felt evaporated. If anything, the false claim only deepened the disdain. Seth's ex-wife added it to the lawsuit as part of her emotional damages claim. The court didn't take kindly to false pregnancy claims being used as manipulation tactics in a legal context. Looking back, I suppose the one small mercy in this entire mess is that she wasn't actually pregnant. The thought of someone like her, or Seth, bringing a child into the world under such circumstances is horrifying. That would have been a true tragedy. At least this way, their recklessness didn't affect an innocent life. Now my sister is facing the aftermath, crushed under a mountain of debt. With no allies left to lean on, she's finally waking up to the consequences of her own actions. There's no more fantasy, no more pretending she's the heroine of some romantic drama. She's just a woman who made a series of selfish, destructive choices, and now she's stuck with the bill. I don't wish her ill. Despite everything, she's still my sister, but I do hope she's finally taking this as the wake-up call it's meant to be. I hope she understands how deeply her delusions hurt others. I hope she finally sees herself clearly, without the haze of entitlement and imagined victimhood. Most of all, I hope she works hard, repays every last cent of what she owes, and learns something from it all. Maybe someday she can rebuild her life, not as someone trying to take what isn't hers, but as someone who understands the value of honesty, respect, and self-reflection. As for me and Marcus, we're doing fine. We're still together, and we've decided to move forward, slowly, thoughtfully, but with hope. We don't talk about the incident much. It feels like a bad dream we woke up from. But every now and then I glance back and realize just how lucky we were to dodge the emotional wreckage. And as strange as it sounds, I guess I'm grateful. Not for what happened, but for what didn't. For what we escaped. And for the quiet, ordinary peace we've returned to. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Harper, is this a good time?
Good evening, Harper. Yeah, I'm free now. What's up?
So this is kind of sudden, but do you have any plans for dinner on February 14th?
February 14th? That's a Wednesday, right? I don't have anything specific planned, but I'd probably just be home around that time.
What about your husband?
He has work as usual, but unless he has to stay late, he should be back by then. Why?
Well, it's Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I was thinking, how about we throw a Valentine's party?
Party?
Yeah, you know how lately everyone's schedules have been all over the place? We haven't been able to meet for coffee, lunch, or anything. So I figured since Valentine's Day is already a fun event, why not turn it into an excuse to get everyone together?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Right, and since it's Valentine's Day, I thought it would be fun to make it a family event. Husbands, kids, everyone together. We can exchange chocolates, have some good food, just enjoy the evening. And before you ask, I am totally fine with hosting at my place.
That sounds really nice, actually.
Yes, and here's the fun part. I was thinking, instead of just giving chocolates to our own husbands and kids, we could do a little chocolate exchange for everyone.
Wait, so you're saying we'd be giving chocolates to each other's husbands, too?
That's the idea, like a friendly chocolate exchange, just for fun.
I don't mind if it's clearly just for fun, but do you think any of the other moms would be uncomfortable with it?
Oh, I checked. Everyone's cool with it. Since we'll be handing them out in front of everyone, it's obvious that they're just obligatory chocolates. No hidden meanings, nothing weird, just a fun little thing.
Well, when you put it that way, it does sound harmless. I guess it could be interesting, but are you really okay with all of us invading your house?
Of course. My husband already gave me the green light. Also, okay, I'll admit, there's another reason I want to do this.
Oh?
I recently bought a fondue set. Both a chocolate fondue pot and a cheese fondue pot, and I really want an excuse to use them properly.
Oh, so that's what this is really about.
I mean, not only that, but yeah, it's definitely part of my motivation. I figured what better time to go all out with a chocolate fondue fountain than Valentine's Day.
You really planned this well, huh?
Of course, and think about it, chocolate fondue and cheese fondue. That's like two completely different kinds of indulgence in one night.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. That does sound pretty amazing.
Right? The only thing is, I'll probably ask everyone to bring a dish or something just to make sure we have a good variety of food. But aside from that, it'll be super chill.
That's totally fair. Who else did you invite?
Just our usual lunch group, so Riley and Kelsey's families too.
Oh, that's perfect. That way it won't feel too overwhelming.
Exactly. I wanted to keep it small so it still feels personal and comfortable, And since we all already know each other, there won't be any awkwardness.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's nice when you don't have to do the whole getting to know each other small talk.
Exactly. So, what do you think?
Hang on, my husband just got home. Let me check with him.
Sure, I'll wait.
Okay, I asked him. He says he'll be off work at his usual time, so it works. Also, when I told him he'd be getting extra Valentine's chocolates, he got way too excited.
That sounds about right. The way to a man's heart is through chocolate.
I swear he was already thinking about what kinds of chocolates he might get.
That's the spirit.
So I guess we're in.
Yay! I'll sort out the details and send a message later.
Sounds good. Thanks for organizing this. Looking forward to it.
Hey, thanks again for today.
No, thank you. We totally invaded your house, but we had such a great time. My husband and daughter are still grinning from all the chocolate they got, me included. We were just talking about how much fun it was on the way home.
Especially your husband, right? I bet he was the happiest one of all.
Oh, totally. He was trying to play it cool, but I could tell he was thrilled. Back when he was single, he used to get a fair amount of chocolates every year, even if a lot of them were just obligation chocolates. But after we got married, people stopped giving him any.
Makes sense. Probably out of respect for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he complained or anything, but, I think part of him did miss that little tradition. So when he walked out of your house today with a handful of chocolates, he looked way too pleased with himself.
That's so cute. I mean, I get it. It's nice to be appreciated even in a small way.
Yeah, he was even teasing me, like, looks like I've still got it, huh?
Oh wow, full confidence mode.
Right? I just rolled my eyes at him, but honestly, it was kind of funny seeing him that happy.
Well, can't blame him. Your husband is tall, good looking. I totally got the "this guy was probably popular" vibe when I first met him.
Oh, stop. But thanks.
I'm just saying, if we did a who got the most chocolates count, I feel like he might have won.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'll let him have his moment.
He deserves it. Anyway, I'm really glad you guys could come. It wouldn't have been the same without you.
Aw, thanks. And yeah, same here. The chocolate fondue was a huge hit, by the way. None of us have ever done it before, so it was a fun first-time experience for the whole family. Right? There's something so satisfying about dipping fruit and marshmallows into a huge pot of melted chocolate. I don't know why we don't do it more often. Seriously, my daughter was so into it. She was already asking me if we could get our own fondue set on the way home. Looks like I've started something. You really have. Anyway, thanks again for hosting.
Of course, let's do it again sometime.
Definitely. All right, see you at the preschool drop-off.
Yep, sleep well.
You too. Good night. Raquel, do you have a minute?
What is it?
So, about the Valentine's chocolates.
Yeah, is something wrong with them? Did you not like them or something?
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just the chocolate muffin you gave me. Was it, by any chance, from that fancy chocolate shop near the station? You know, the one with all those limited edition chocolates and exclusive items?
Huh? Wait, was that mixed in with the rest? I didn't even think to check where it came from.
Yeah, it's just that my husband, he got one of those muffins. The packaging was exactly the same as the shop's.
Oh, maybe I messed up and mixed things up? I was actually planning to give that particular muffin to my husband, but maybe I put it in the wrong bag by mistake. I didn't realize it ended up with you.
Is that so?
Oh, but don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad. No need to return it or anything like that. I gave it to you as a gift, so please tell him to enjoy it on my behalf. I'd be happy if he liked it.
Yeah, okay. But there's something else. See, there was also a message card that came with it. It said, "I love you. If you feel the same way, send me a message." Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Wait, what?
So you're saying you did know about it?
How do you even know about the message card?
Well, I didn't want to bring it up and seem rude since you were the one who gave it to me, but my husband, he likes chocolate, but he's not really a fan of muffins. So I figured my daughter and I would just eat it instead, but when we opened it, there was that card. I'm pretty sure you didn't mean to send a message like that to us, right?
Oh, wait. Maybe it was meant for my husband. I'm starting to think I mixed it up. The wrong muffin went to the wrong person. I was probably so rushed that I made a mistake.
So it's an honest mistake then?
Yeah, I think so.
But see, there's a problem. If that muffin was meant for your husband, then what's the deal with the "I love you" message and the part where you ask him to reply? That's not exactly something you would send to someone who's already married, is it?
Well,
I'm not trying to be rude, but if you're already married, you wouldn't need to say something like that to anyone. You've crossed that line a long time ago, haven't you?
So wait, you're accusing me of something? Are you saying that I'm cheating on my husband with yours or something?
No, of course not. I'm not accusing you of that at all.
Oh, thank goodness. You really scared me for a second.
You were trying to seduce him, weren't you?
Huh? What? Why would you say something like that? I didn't seduce anyone. Sure, your husband's good looking, but that doesn't mean I'm trying to pull something behind anyone's back. Please don't make this into something it isn't.
Riley's dad and Kelsey's dad.
Wait, what?
I know this is hard to believe, but we've confirmed this already.
Wait, what do you mean confirmed it?
Well, while I was sitting there thinking about what was going on with this whole chocolate muffin thing, I got a call from Kelsey's mom. She was wondering about the same message, so I talked to Riley's mom, and guess what? Turns out all 3 of the dads who came to your little Valentine's party yesterday got the exact same message with their chocolates.
No way.
Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, but that's why I'm asking. Do you have an explanation for this? You invited us to your house and you called it a Valentine's party. But really, it was an excuse to give your love chocolates to other people's husbands. Do you think that's okay?
You're seriously going there? You're making me sound like some kind of villain. Just because I gave some chocolates doesn't mean anything is going on.
I'm not saying you're a villain, but look, depending on your explanation, things are not going to end well for you.
Are you seriously saying everyone is ganging up on me? All I did was give chocolates.
If you have a legitimate reason, then fine, explain it. But this isn't something a married woman with children should be doing. You know that, right?
Love is freedom. I believe in following your heart and doing what feels right.
That kind of excuse works if you're single. You can't say things like that when you're married. If you were just some random single person, I might understand, but not now. I'm being honest with you. My husband saw that message card and he was disgusted. He's completely turned off by it. Wait, what? Are you saying that he didn't like my confession? Are you for real? Of course not. If he had any sense, he would be creeped out by a married woman giving him love notes. But just a little bit isn't bad, right? Are you serious? Do you even know what the other parents are calling your husbands at the kindergarten? They call them the handsome dad trio. What? Yeah, it's ridiculous, but true. They're all good-looking guys, and honestly, you got lucky landing one of them. So now, after everything, you think it's okay to ask for a turn with them? You really think that's fair? No, this isn't about fairness. It's about wanting a little taste, just one time. You've completely lost it. You can't be serious. You don't get to borrow someone's husband for a day just because they're attractive. That's not how it works. What's the problem? Is it really that hard to share a little bit of happiness? Excuse me? That's not how relationships work. You can't just take whatever you want because you're feeling entitled. Well, you know what? Your husband is a nice guy. He's a good father. He's everything a woman could want. Oh, really? Well, if you think so highly of him, why don't you just take him? I'm sure you'll be much happier with him than I am. What? Yeah, go ahead and take him. I mean, he's not getting any younger, and my mother-in-law is the worst, so feel free to trade. No way, I'm not swapping my husband with yours. You're just being stubborn. You can't take a little joke. No, this isn't funny. You're out of line. You need to stop with this nonsense before it gets worse. And by the way, did you even realize that Riley's dad is inside your house right now? Wait, what? Yeah, I'm serious. He's inside. Looks like he took you up on your invitation. No, that's not possible. I guess he's a little too excited about your message. He came right over to your place. You probably told him to come over, but now it seems like you've changed your mind, huh? Wait, what? Let me explain it clearly. He got the message from you, he opened the chocolate last night, he saw the card, and instead of being confused or uncomfortable, he decided to send you a message. He must have gotten so excited about it that he forgot to throw the message card away. And guess who found it? Riley's mom. She found the card, and she was kind enough to give me and Kelsey's mom a heads up. This can't be happening. Did you really think you could get away with this? Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? What kind of man would turn me down? I'm me. I've been the center of attention before, and I can make anything happen if I want it. Oh, really? You really want to go there? You're in your 30s now. Holding on to past glory is embarrassing. You don't understand. And Riley's dad, he's already pulling away. He looks so disgusted you wouldn't believe it. What? Oh, and Kelsey's dad, he's not much better. But honestly, he's just as messed up as the rest of them. He was the only one who didn't immediately shut you down. But I guess that's just how some guys are. Wait, so where is my husband? He's here too. What? We got in touch with him. He left work early to come here. No way. Oh yes, don't worry, he'll be here soon enough. And when he does, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do. No, this is a lie. You're all lying! Do you really think this is just going to go away? This ends now, one way or another. Are you ready for that? Let's have a little chat, shall we? Raquel, under the guise of hosting a Valentine's party, set out to seduce 3 married men. Her plan seemed to be carefully crafted, and it wasn't just a casual invitation. She'd clearly put a lot of thought into it, believing she could manipulate the situation in her favor. The men in question, 3 married individuals, were unsuspecting. They had no idea what she was planning when they accepted the invitation to the party. Unfortunately for Raquel, her plan wasn't entirely successful. Only Kelsey's father ended up succumbing to her advances. The others, despite her best efforts, resisted her attempts to entice them. It was a strange situation, one where the dynamics of a simple social gathering quickly took a turn for the worse. What was intended to be a lighthearted evening of celebration ended up becoming the backdrop to a deeply unsettling scenario. As things escalated, the children, including Kelsey, were hastily sent off to stay with Kelsey's maternal grandparents. It was an abrupt decision, one made with the sort of urgency that suggested something far more serious was unfolding. Kelsey's parents, both of them, were completely unaware of Raquel's true intentions. Their trust in her was shattered in an instant when they arrived at Raquel's house. The scene that awaited them upon their arrival was far worse than they could have imagined. As they stormed into the house, what they found was nothing short of disturbing. 2 half-naked figures were scrambling in a panic on the bed, caught completely off guard by their intrusion. The entire situation was a chaotic mess. one that made it clear that things had gone far beyond a simple party. The shock and anger that must have surged through Kelsey's father in that moment were palpable. Without wasting any time, the couple confronted Raquel and Kelsey's father, and the consequences quickly became clear. Raquel's actions had led to irreparable damage to both her marriage and her family. It didn't take long for the truth to sink in, and the fallout was inevitable. To put it bluntly, Raquel's marriage ended in divorce. It wasn't just an emotional or personal decision, but a legal one. The marriage had been broken beyond repair, and Raquel, despite her attempts to justify her actions, was unable to salvage anything from the wreckage. The custody of their child was awarded to Kelsey's father, a decision that seemed to be a direct consequence of Raquel's behavior. She had proven herself to be untrustworthy, and her actions made it clear that she could not provide the stable and secure environment Kelsey needed. Meanwhile, Kelsey's mother and father chose to separate, at least temporarily. They needed time to process everything, and the strain caused by this betrayal made it difficult for them to remain together. The emotional damage was too deep for them to continue their relationship as if nothing had happened. This wasn't something that could be swept under the rug or forgiven easily. Their separation was, in many ways, the only viable option at that moment. As for the details of the divorce settlement, such as alimony, child support, or any financial compensation, those were things that remained private. It wasn't something that could be easily discussed, given the sensitive nature of the situation. However, what we did learn about Raquel after the divorce was sobering. She had been a stay-at-home wife for years, relying on her husband to support the family financially. Her life, it seemed, had been built on this arrangement, and now, with everything crumbling around her, she had little to fall back on. Raquel's search for employment after the divorce was not easy. Finding a job when you've spent years out of the workforce is never simple, and Raquel found herself struggling to secure any meaningful work. She didn't have the experience or qualifications to land a position that could support her. The job market was far less forgiving than she had anticipated. It wasn't that she wasn't trying, she just couldn't catch a break. With no career prospects and little financial stability, Raquel soon found herself unable to keep up with the cost of living. Her parents, who had always been there for her in some capacity, became increasingly frustrated with her. They had always supported her decisions until this betrayal. They had a hard time understanding how she could go down such a reckless path, and with that, the relationship between Raquel and her parents began to strain. It didn't take long for her to move into a small, rundown apartment. This wasn't a place where anyone would want to live. The conditions were poor, and the apartment was nothing like the home she had once shared with her husband. It was a far cry from the life of luxury she had enjoyed during her marriage. Instead, Raquel now found herself living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet. In an attempt to pay off her mounting debts, Raquel took on multiple jobs. She worked long hours doing whatever she could keep herself afloat. But the money she earned was barely enough to cover her rent and the most basic of expenses. The reality of her situation was grim, and the comfort of her former life seemed like a distant memory. Despite the challenges she faced, Raquel was determined to rebuild her life. However, her efforts were often futile. The emotional toll of the divorce and her subsequent struggles weighed heavily on her. There were days when it seemed like the weight of everything was too much to bear. She had lost her marriage, her child's custody, and the lifestyle she had once known. Now she had to start over from scratch, with nothing but the clothes on her back and a deep sense of regret. Occasionally, I would see Raquel walking through town. She was no longer the confident, glamorous woman she once was. The weight of her situation was evident in her expression, posture, and the way she carried herself. It was clear she was doing everything she could to avoid being seen. She would often duck into stores or cross the street if she spotted someone she knew. The shame was too much for her to face. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Liam, do you have a moment? I have something really important to talk about.
Jody? What's wrong?
Well, I feel really awful about this, but I want to call off our engagement.
Wait, what? Out of nowhere?
The truth is, I've fallen for someone else. He's liked me for a long time, and well, I've started to develop serious feelings for him too.
So, you're cheating on me?
Oh, no, it's not like that. I haven't done anything with him. Actually, he had a girlfriend too, but they broke up recently. And so I've been thinking...
And now you want to be with him?
Yeah, I do. Apparently he had his reasons for not pursuing me before. He wanted to be with me, but since I was engaged to you, he gave up and chose to date someone else. But now he's decided to be honest with his feelings. He let go of his previous relationship, and when I heard that, I couldn't ignore what I was feeling anymore. I realized I want to be with him too. So please, Liam, can you let me go and be with the man I'm meant for?
I see.
Liam, I can't marry you while I'm feeling this way. It wouldn't be fair to you. And I know this is incredibly selfish, but I can't lie to myself or to you, so I'm really, really sorry.
I get it. That's enough. I won't force you to stay. Our engagement wasn't fully settled anyway. We'd only just started planning when to meet each other's parents. It's not like we had a wedding date set yet. It's complicated, and yeah, it hurts. But if your heart isn't with me anymore, then there's nothing to be done.
I really am sorry, Liam.
Then let's just tell our parents we've decided to part ways. Once that's done, we'll leave it all behind us.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for everything.
Same to you.
Goodbye. Liam, what the hell was that?
Whoa, Emma, calm down. What happened?
It's your ex-fiancé.
Jody? What about her? I haven't seen or spoken to her since we broke off the engagement.
Well, you might want to sit down for this. She's been messing with my fiancé.
Wait, what? Hold on. What exactly do you mean by that?
Jody is trying to get with Arnold.
No, that's impossible. That can't be right. You and Arnold already moved in together, and you're literally getting married next week. Jody told me she fell for someone who'd just become single, and that was why she ended things with me. But Arnold isn't single. You two are still together. How the hell did we end up in this situation?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right, slow down. Tell me everything from the beginning. I need to know exactly what happened.
Okay, so this morning I was at Arnold's apartment. You know how he's been having trouble with that weird woman who won't leave him alone?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned something about that before.
Well, she kept showing up, sending him messages, hanging around the building, all kinds of creepy stuff. So I figured I'd stay over today to help keep an eye on things. And then just a little while ago, guess who showed up at his door?
No way. Are you telling me that the stalker is Jody?
Bingo.
You've got to be kidding me!
I wish I was.
What did she do?
Well, at first we didn't answer the door, but she just stood out there talking to herself, saying all kinds of crazy stuff. Stuff like, I broke off my engagement for you, and now we can finally be together. You should be happy.
What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. She sat there right in front of the door for at least 30 minutes. It's just rambling on about how everything was finally falling into place, how Arnold should be grateful, and how she had made this huge sacrifice for their love. It was surreal.
Jesus!
Eventually, the landlord saw her sitting there and came over to check what was going on. He told her she had to leave, and she finally got up and left, but not before making it painfully obvious that she had been planning to stay the night.
Wait, what do you mean?
She had a damn suitcase with her, Liam. Like a full-on rolling carry-on bag.
You're joking!
I wish I was.
Oh man, that's a whole new level of insane!
Right?
But wait, Jody doesn't actually know what I look like, does she?
No, I don't think so. I don't think she ever saw you in person when we were engaged.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure she has no idea that Arnold's fiancée is actually my sister.
Yeah, that would explain a lot. I only recognized her because you sent me that picture of her before. When I saw her through the peephole, I thought she looked familiar, but I couldn't quite place her at first. Then I grabbed my phone, checking the photo again with Arnold, and bam, there she was.
Damn, this is insane. None of this makes any sense.
I know, right?
Jody told me she fell for someone who was already taken but had recently broken up with their partner. That was her entire reason for breaking off her engagement. But you and Arnold are still together. So who the hell was she talking about?
That's what I want to know. How did she even get it into her head that Arnold was suddenly available? Where is this coming from?
I have no idea. But one thing's for sure, we need to deal with this before it escalates.
Are you sure you want to get involved? I mean, I don't want to drag you into this mess if you don't have to be.
It's fine. Honestly, I should have asked more questions when Jody broke things off with me. I didn't push for details at the time, and maybe that was a mistake. But more importantly, she clearly doesn't know that you and Arnold are still together. Someone needs to tell her the truth before she causes even more trouble.
You really think that'll help?
I don't know, but if she's under some delusion that Arnold is single and waiting for her, then at the very least we need to correct that. Otherwise, she might keep showing up.
Yeah, I really don't want to deal with another scene like today.
I'll message her right now and see if I can get her to explain herself.
All right, thanks, Liam. And hey, if things get weird, don't hesitate to call me, okay?
I will. Jody, it's been such a long time. I've been meaning to talk to you about something, and I hope you don't mind.
Liam, what's going on? If this is about getting back together, then you should know that I'm not interested. And for the record, I'm actually in a really bad mood right now, so don't expect any pleasantries.
It's not about that. I just have something I really need to ask. It's a pretty big deal for me, and I need you to answer honestly, okay?
Fine, I'm listening. What's this about?
The person you fell for. His name is Arnold, right?
Wait, what? I never told you anything about him. Did you seriously go looking for this? If you've done anything to Arnold, you won't like the consequences.
No, it's not like that at all. In fact, Arnold, well, he's actually someone I know.
Wait, you know him?
Yeah, we go way back. He was a junior of mine back in college, and we've stayed in touch ever since. We've always been good friends.
Oh, well, that's a huge coincidence, I guess. So, do you know where he might be tonight? I went to his apartment today thinking we'd be moving in together, but when I got there, the place was empty. I waited around hoping he'd come back, but after a while, the landlord showed up and threatened to call the cops on me. I had no choice but to leave. I'm planning on trying again tomorrow. If you have any idea what time he'll be back, could you let me know?
Listen, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but Arnold hasn't broken up with his girlfriend.
Huh? What do you mean? I don't understand. You're telling me that after everything, Arnold is still with her? Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure. But I need to ask, why did you think they broke up? You didn't hear it directly from Arnold, did you? And if I'm not mistaken, you don't even have his contact details, right?
Wait a second. So you're telling me Arnold hasn't broken up with his girlfriend? Are you really certain about this? I mean, I don't have his contact info, but that was because, well, there were personal reasons for both of us. But the thing is, we met when we were both commuting in the mornings. We were always on the same train car, and over time we started noticing each other. I only recently learned his name, so it doesn't really make sense for us to exchange contact details until recently.
But how did you come to think they broke up?
Well, it was a little strange, actually. One day I happened to pass by Arnold's apartment and I saw his girlfriend moving her stuff out. It was all packed up and ready to go, and she was carrying out boxes of furniture. It seemed like she was leaving, so naturally I thought they must have broken up.
No, you completely misunderstood that situation.
Misunderstood? What do you mean? That was a pretty clear sign to me. She was moving all her things out. Isn't that what happens when people break up?
Actually, what you saw was just her moving her things to their new apartment. See, Arnold and his girlfriend work in different industries, and because her busy season ended first, she started the process of moving their stuff ahead of time. She's been packing things little by little, and she's already settled into their new place for now. The move's not over yet, but she's already started living there. So everything you saw was part of the plan for them to start living in the new place together.
Oh, so that means they're not breaking up after all?
Exactly. You completely misread the situation.
I see now. I guess I was just too quick to assume. So Arnold's still with her, huh?
Yes. And now I have to ask you, why did you think they broke up? You must have jumped to conclusions, right?
Well, I guess you're right. But it's hard not to get the wrong idea when you see something like that. I've just been feeling so confused and uncertain, and when I saw her moving all her things, I couldn't help but think it was the end for them.
I understand how you feel, but Arnold and his girlfriend are actually doing just fine. You've got it all wrong.
So Arnold hasn't been able to break up with her? He's still hanging on to her?
What are you even talking about? Arnold's not holding on to anything. He and his girlfriend are in a good place. They've been together for a long time, and nothing's going to change that.
I'm so confused. It's just that when you've had your heart set on someone, it's hard to let go, you know?
I get it. I really do. But Arnold and his girlfriend are solid. You can't just make assumptions about the relationship based on what you saw.
Guess so. But listen, Liam, I know this is probably not the right time, but I want to ask you something. Please tell Arnold the truth. I know what he really feels, even if he's not admitting it. He just needs to be honest with himself and take the courage to move forward for the sake of what we had. Please tell him for me.
Wait a minute. I was going to try and figure out how to say this to you, but since you've asked so directly, I'll just say it as it is.
What are you talking about?
Arnold's girlfriend is my sister.
What? Your sister? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? The world really is small sometimes. Actually, when you went to Arnold's apartment earlier today, my sister was there with him.
Wait, what? Your sister was there?
Yeah, it turns out Arnold's been dealing with a stalker situation, and he asked my sister for help. They've been keeping an eye on things together, and when you showed up, well, they weren't exactly expecting you.
Wait, a stalker? I don't understand. Arnold's been having problems with a stalker?
Yeah, that's right. My sister's been helping him out with that. She's been helping him deal with it, making sure he's safe.
But that doesn't make sense. So what about Arnold and my sister? How did they get together?
Well, the whole thing started when Arnold came over to my family's house to visit. My sister happened to be there, and Arnold was immediately taken with her. He spent 6 months chasing after her, and finally she agreed to date him with marriage in mind. They're completely in love with each other, and they've been through a lot together. So to be clear, Arnold isn't interested in anyone else.
You're telling me that Arnold has been in love with your sister the whole time, but I thought we had something special.
I can't believe this, but it's true. And honestly, Arnold and my sister are planning to get married soon.
I just can't process this.
And by the way, Arnold didn't even know about you until now.
Wait, what? But we were always on the same train. How could he not know?
It was just a coincidence. He wasn't even paying attention to you. He's been focused on his own life and his own relationship.
I can't believe this. I thought there was something between us, something real, but it was just a misunderstanding?
Yeah, it was all a misunderstanding, and I think it's time for you to let go.
But wait, I need to understand. Arnold's really not interested in me then?
No, he's not. Arnold's focused on his future with my sister, and that's the reality of the situation.
This is crazy. So what happens now?
Well, now Arnold's moving into his new place. He's already started packing, and by tonight he'll be gone for good. That apartment you were waiting for him in, it's already empty.
No way. This is unreal.
Also, Arnold's changed jobs. He's moving to a new company with a better salary.
What? He's changed jobs too?
Yeah, he finished up his last day at the old place yesterday. He'll be driving to work now, so you won't be running into him on the train anymore.
Liam, what about us? Do you think there's any chance for us?
What do you mean, us? After everything that's happened, you think we can just go back to how things were?
But I still love you, Liam. I'm sure you still care for me, too.
No, I don't feel the same anymore. You made your choice, and now you need to live with it.
But I thought we had something real. I thought we had a future together.
We don't. Not anymore.
But, Liam...
Goodbye, Jody. I don't think I can keep talking about this.
Liam, wait!
As expected, I immediately informed Jody's parents about the situation. I knew it was the right thing to do. They needed to know what had happened, especially since it was such a serious matter. Of course, Jody was devastated, but we both agreed that this was a necessary step in resolving everything. I never expected them to be so understanding, but they took the news better than I had anticipated. I think deep down they already knew there was something wrong. Jody's parents, on the other hand, were a bit more complicated. They lived in a more rural area, and at first it seemed like they might try to avoid confronting the situation. But in the end, they decided to come to the city, which I felt was a responsible thing to do. When they arrived, they were incredibly apologetic. They genuinely seemed remorseful for what had happened. Jody's actions had caused so much pain for me, and I had no idea what to expect from her parents. But the sincerity in their apologies was something I hadn't anticipated. They didn't make any excuses for Jody's behavior, which I appreciated. They were simply sorry for what their daughter had done, and that meant a lot to me. When we started talking about Jody's past, things got even more complicated. It turned out that Jody wasn't always the perfect, well-behaved person she portrayed herself to be. She had a history of being manipulative and controlling, something I hadn't been aware of at the time. According to her parents, when she was still living in her hometown, she had a tendency to become overly possessive. As a high school student, Jody had convinced herself that she was the one and only girlfriend of a popular boy in school. She believed that she was the center of his world, and in her mind, no other girl had any business being close to him. She would go so far as to bully and push away any other girls who showed interest in him, even those who were friends or classmates. It sounds unbelievable, but it seems she was very successful in her manipulation at the time. She had a reputation for being this perfect girl, and I guess she used that persona to dominate social situations. However, one day, everything came crashing down for her. She confronted the boy she thought was her boyfriend, only to hear words that completely shattered her self-image. He told her flatly that she was not his girlfriend. In fact, he had never seen her that way. To make matters worse, he told her that he had always disliked her controlling behavior. That moment was a turning point for Jody, and she couldn't handle the humiliation. After that incident, she became an outcast in her hometown, unable to show her face around her peers. The boy she had once believed she was meant to be with had rejected her in the worst possible way, and she couldn't bear the reality of it. In the aftermath of this revelation, Jody's parents said she became very withdrawn. She was so embarrassed by what had happened that she couldn't stay in her hometown anymore. At the time of her high school graduation, she packed up and left, deciding to leave everything behind. It was clear to everyone that she was trying to escape from the reality she had created. But it wasn't that easy for her. Jody's parents, seeing that she was spiraling, tried to bring her back home. But when they did, they didn't exactly give her much of a choice. They had already arranged for her to marry a man much older than her, someone who lived in the neighborhood. This man was in his 40s, and Jody's parents quickly pressured her into marrying him. They saw it as a way to stabilize her life, to give her a chance to grow up and move on from her past mistakes. It wasn't an ideal situation for her, but at that point, it seemed like her parents believed it was the only option. Jody's new husband was someone who didn't have much to offer in terms of love or emotional support. He wasn't abusive or cruel, but he was certainly not the kind of man Jody had ever imagined herself marrying. From what I gathered, her marriage was more of a practical arrangement than a romantic one. But, as Jody's parents had hoped, the structure of the marriage seemed to give her some stability. She began to settle into her new life, and eventually she was able to put her past behind her, at least on the surface. Now Jody is living under the strict supervision of her in-laws. From what I've heard, she's no longer the independent, free-spirited person she once was. The woman who used to act with such confidence and entitlement is now constrained by the watchful eyes of her husband's family. They keep a tight hold on her, making sure she doesn't stray from the path they've chosen for her. It's unclear whether or not Jody has come to terms with her new life, but it seems that her options are now limited. She's stuck in a cycle where she has to meet the expectations of everyone around her, and she has no room for personal freedom. As for her behavior toward me, I can't say that I feel any sense of closure. The apology I received from her parents was appreciated, but it didn't change the fact that I had been hurt deeply. Jody had led me on and then completely blindsided me with her actions. I had trusted her, and in return, she had betrayed that trust in the worst way possible. It's hard to let go of that kind of pain, no matter how much time passes. Her past, though, offers some perspective on why she acted the way she did. From what I understand, Jody had always struggled with issues of self-worth. She had constantly sought validation from others, particularly from men, in order to feel good about herself. When she was younger, she used manipulation and control to get what she wanted. However, as we all know, this kind of behavior eventually backfires. Jody is no exception to that rule. Her world came crashing down when her perfect image was shattered, and it took a toll on her psyche. Now, years later, she seems to be a shadow of the person she once was. I don't know if she'll ever truly find peace with herself, but for now it seems that she's living in a world where she has little control over her own life. She's been forced into a box, and it doesn't seem like she has the courage or the freedom to break out of it. For me, though, this chapter of my life is coming to a close. I've learned a lot from what happened with Jody, and it's shaped who I am today. I'll carry the lessons with me, but I'm ready to move forward. As painful as it was, the experience taught me the importance of trusting my instincts and recognizing when someone's actions don't align with their words. Jody may have apologized, but her actions will always speak louder than her words. I've learned not to make the same mistakes twice, and I've learned that people's pasts often catch up with them. No matter how much they try to hide or cover up, the truth has a way of coming to light eventually. And sometimes the truth is that people are just not who we thought they were. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Payne, I need to talk to you about something important. Is this a good time?
Something important? Can it wait until after I get home? I'm still at work right now.
It really can't wait. I've reached the point where I just can't take it anymore. It's urgent, and if I don't say it now, I think I'll burst. So please, just let me speak with you right now.
Can't take it anymore? What's going on? Is something wrong?
Payne, I think we need to break up.
Huh?
I want to go back to Seth, my ex. I can't continue with this engagement anymore. I need you to cancel it. I need you to set me free so I can move on and rebuild my life.
Wait, what? Are you serious? This is coming out of nowhere! Breaking up with me? Canceling the engagement? What are you talking about? We were fine just yesterday. Everything seemed normal.
No, it's not sudden. I've been thinking about this for a while now. I've realized that staying in this relationship, in this engagement, is going to make me so unhappy. If we get married, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I can't live like this anymore.
Why do you feel like this? What happened? Why didn't you say anything before we got engaged?
Well, the truth is, marrying you was never something I wanted. This whole engagement, this whole marriage thing, it was pushed onto me by my father. I never asked for any of this. They set up the arranged meeting, and I didn't have the courage to refuse. Everyone around me seemed so eager for it to happen, and I just couldn't say no. I was never into it, but the pressure kept building.
Wait a minute, hold on. But didn't you say that you were okay with the arranged meeting? Didn't you tell me that you were open to it? Your mom said you were the one who suggested it after you broke up with Seth. Are you telling me all of that was a lie?
It wasn't a lie exactly, but it was twisted. My mom lied about it, saying I wanted the arranged marriage. The truth is, I never wanted to do any of it. My dad made all the decisions. It was like a business transaction, a political marriage, not a love match. My opinion doesn't matter one bit.
But you contacted me after the arranged meeting. You were the one who said you wanted to move forward. You seemed so positive about it. You even accepted my proposal with a smile on your face, and we talked about the wedding. We chose the venue, the dress. You were involved in everything. And now just like that, you want to end it all?
It's not just that. After we started living together, I realized something wasn't right. It was like you thought you were in charge of everything. You kept lecturing me, always acting like you knew better, and I felt like you were looking down on me. I started to feel frustrated and suffocated. You've got money, but you're so cheap, it's like you never want to spend anything. And don't even get me started on the beard, the weight gain, and your stinky feet. I just can't stand it anymore.
You really feel that way? You're saying that I've been lecturing you? I didn't even know I was doing that. If I came off too harsh, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry about the beard and the weight gain and the feet. But when it comes to money, I've just been saving up for the wedding, trying to be responsible. I didn't think that was a problem.
It's not just that, it's everything. Your work schedule is always all over the place. We hardly ever spend time together, and when we do, it's never quality time. We're always rushing. You come home just to sleep, and that's it. What's the point of being married if we don't even get to enjoy each other's company? If we have kids one day, it's going to be all on me. You'll be busy with work, and I'll be stuck with everything. I'm not okay with that. I don't want to live like that.
I know my schedule is irregular, and I've tried to make it work, but I'm sorry if it's causing you stress. I've been trying to balance everything, but when I proposed, you said you understood. You said you were okay with the situation. I promised I'd do better when we had kids. I told you I'd be more present. Don't you remember that? So why is it suddenly a problem now?
Because it's not just about your job. It's about the fact that I never wanted to be in this marriage in the first place. I was forced into this situation. I wasn't allowed to love freely, and I was made to break up with Seth, the one person I really cared about. I'm not going to live my life like this anymore. I have put up with it for so long, but I can't take it anymore. I want to break up with you and marry Seth. I need to be free.
You sound like a character in a tragic love story. So now I'm the villain who's separating you from your true love, right? Fine, if that's what you want, I'll agree. We'll break off the engagement and we'll stop living together. No alimony, no fighting over the house. We'll just go our separate ways. And I expect you to leave the engagement ring here.
I'm leaving everything you gave me behind, Payne. I don't need any of it. I can't believe I was with you in the first place. Trying to marry you is the biggest mistake I have ever made. It's a stain on my life. Don't ever contact me again. I want nothing to do with you.
Fine. I won't contact you again or anyone in your circle. I'll explain everything to our parents. Is that okay with you?
That's fine. I've already packed my things. I'll be leaving today, so don't try to reach out to me again. I will block your number. I don't want any part of this anymore.
I won't chase after you. If you really want to leave, then go.
Goodbye, Payne. I'm done. Payne, what is going on? What did you say to my parents? What did you do to Seth's company? You coward, tell me what exactly did you do to make all this happen?
Coward? You got some nerve calling me that? You unblock me just to yell at me like this? What's going on? Did something happen to make you act like this? All of a sudden you're accusing me of things without even letting me explain.
Don't play dumb. You must have said something to my parents. Do you have any idea what you've done? I have been completely cut off. I'm disowned. My parents said I'm never allowed to come back to their house again. Did you know that? They completely disowned me. They want nothing to do with me. This is all because of you. What exactly did you say to them? Did you manipulate them, Payne? What exactly did you tell them?
What do you think I said? I told them we ended the engagement. I also made sure they returned the money I had lent them, and I told them I would never lend them another penny again. The same goes for your ex's company. I told them everything was off. That's all I did, really. What's your problem? Why are you flipping out over something so simple?
That's all? You lent my father money and helped Seth's company too. I had no idea about any of this. But why? Why cut it off now? You can't possibly think that everything should just stop because of this. Our engagement ending and your business decisions should have nothing to do with each other. Why would you cut all that off, Payne?
You told me to stay out of your life, remember? You said you wanted nothing to do with me or anyone in my circle anymore. So I followed through on that. I made sure to stay away. I settled everything and now we're completely separated. I don't see why you're making this a bigger deal than it is. You're acting like I'm the one who's wrong here.
But to suddenly cut off the support so quickly, to demand everything back like that? It's one thing to end things, but this is too much. You are talking about over 1,000,000 yen, Payne. It's excessive. It's unreasonable. You can't just demand that money back like this without warning. You can't do this to my family. It's because of you my father's company is going to collapse. Do you understand what you've done? The business is on the edge of bankruptcy, and it's all your fault. And Seth, he's going to lose his job, Payne. He could lose everything, his position, his career, because of you. How could you be so cold? How could you do this to us? Why would you destroy everything?
Look, I didn't even want to help your father's company in the first place. The whole thing was a sinking ship. The business wasn't going anywhere. But I got involved because I was introduced to you by someone I trusted. I thought maybe it could work out. But now that our engagement is off, why should I continue to keep that support going? You told me to stay away, so I did what I had to do. Your family was just using me. I was a means to an end. It was all about money. Now I'm walking away. That's the reality of it.
You can't just pull everything away like this. This isn't fair. How could you do this to us? How could you be so heartless? This is too much, Payne. You are treating us like we're disposable, like we don't matter at all.
I'm not a saint, you know. I'm not perfect. I have my faults, but this is something I had to do. Your father came to me begging for money over and over again. And when it came to you acting like you were so high and mighty, pushing me to marry you, I was the one footing the bill. I know what you were doing, living it up with my money. You and Seth, I saw it. You went on trips to Dubai, all paid for by me, by my investments.
Wait. How do you know that?
I've been following you. I know everything. I've seen your secret social media accounts. You think I didn't notice? You thought I wouldn't figure it out? Well, I did. I saw everything. And don't think you can keep lying to me. I'm done. It's over. I'm out of your life and I'm done with all of this.
You were following me? How could you do that? How could you watch me like that? I had no idea. I didn't even know you had been spying on me. But Payne, listen to me. It wasn't like that. I never wanted any of this to happen. I didn't want the breakup. I didn't want to lose everything. But Seth, he's been threatening me. He said he'd expose all of our private photos if I didn't go back to him. I'm not lying to you, Payne. Everything I said about not wanting to be with you, it was all a lie. I never wanted to hurt you. I've always loved you. You're the only person I've ever wanted. Please believe me.
Oh, you didn't want to be with me? The same woman who called me cheap said I was too fat and that I smelled? And now you're telling me you love me? The same woman who never once believed in me, never once trusted me, suddenly wants me back? You were the one who pushed me away, remember? But now I'm supposed to believe that all that was a lie, that you only love me? You think I'm gonna fall for that?
No, that was all lies. All of it was fake. I never meant any of it. I swear, Payne, the only person I love is you. Please believe me. Let's start over. Give me one more chance to prove myself. We can fix everything. I know we can.
You've been lying this whole time. From the very beginning, it was all lies. I can't trust someone like you. Someone who lies and manipulates. I'm done with this. I'm not gonna marry someone who's been deceiving me, who can't even be honest with me. You're not worth my time.
Wait, just wait. Please, just separate the engagement from the business. Please don't pull the rug out from under my father's company or Seth's. Let's fix the personal stuff, but please don't punish everyone else for our mistakes. I am begging you, Payne. Don't do this.
No, I'm done with you and your family. I want nothing to do with you. You are the biggest mistake of my life. I regret everything. This whole engagement. It's a stain on my soul.
So that's it?
Yes, I'm done, and I'm blocking you now. Don't contact me again. Don't even think about it. Stay away from me and everyone connected to me. It's over. For good this time.
No, please don't do this.
Goodbye. After all of that, things took a drastic turn for the worse. Joy's parents' company went bankrupt, and Seth ended up getting fired from his job. It seemed like everything was crumbling for them. Seth, having nowhere else to go, decided to move into Joy's apartment, and that's when things really started to spiral. At first, Joy tried to make the best of it. She took on multiple jobs to support them both, working tirelessly to keep everything afloat. She was determined to help Seth get back on his feet, believing that with her support he would eventually get his act together. But things didn't work out that way. Seth, rather than using this time to find new work or contribute in any way, quickly slid into the role of a freeloading partner. He became a drain on Joy, relying on her to cover every expense while he did nothing to help. Despite the situation, Joy remained hopeful, convinced that Seth would eventually turn things around. But that hope was soon shattered. Seth, ever the manipulator, began to show his true colors. He started seeing another woman while still living with Joy. He wasn't even trying to hide it. He would leave for hours at a time, ignoring Joy's calls, and when he came back, he would act like nothing was wrong. But the worst part came when he stole money from Joy's apartment, money she had worked so hard to earn. Without a second thought, Seth took what he could and disappeared, vanishing without a trace. Joy was absolutely devastated. The betrayal hit her harder than anything she had ever experienced before. The man she had loved, the person she had sacrificed so much for, had taken advantage of her in the worst way possible. She was left with nothing but a hollow, aching feeling in her chest. Unable to cope with the shock and the pain, Joy's mental state deteriorated rapidly. She became a shadow of the person she once was, unrecognizable even to herself. The weight of the betrayal, combined with the overwhelming sense of hopelessness, led her to a breaking point. She found it impossible to function, to get out of bed, to do anything at all. Eventually, Joy's family intervened. They saw the toll this situation had taken on her, and they knew something had to be done before it was too late. Joy was admitted to a specialized hospital to receive the care she needed. It was clear that she needed professional help to deal with what had happened, and her family hoped that with the right treatment, she could begin the long road to recovery. In the meantime, Seth, with his own life in ruins, disappeared from the picture. He had destroyed everything in his path, leaving behind a wake of broken promises and lost trust. The woman he had been seeing likely realized what he was all about when he took the money and ran, and that was the last anyone heard of him. Seth, always so confident and sure of himself, had ultimately burned every bridge he had. As for Joy, her recovery was slow, but she was in a place where she could start to heal. The road ahead wasn't easy, and there were many setbacks along the way. She had to work through feelings of deep betrayal and hurt, trying to rebuild her self-esteem piece by piece. It was a long and painful process, but eventually she began to find her footing again. The pain of what Seth had done would never completely disappear, but over time, Joy learned to reclaim her life. She rediscovered her strength, the strength that had once made her so independent and confident. She learned to trust herself again, and bit by bit started to rebuild the life she had once imagined. Though Seth's actions had shattered her, Joy ultimately emerged from the experience stronger than before. She learned valuable lessons along the way, not just about other people, but about herself. She discovered that her worth was not defined by others and that she didn't need anyone's validation to feel whole. It was a painful journey, but it taught her the importance of self-love, of setting boundaries, and of never allowing anyone to take advantage of her again. In the end, Joy came out of this experience more self-aware and more resilient than she had ever been before. Though Seth had tried to break her, he had only managed to strengthen her resolve, and that, in itself, was a victory. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.